everybody, and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now this is a quick video just talking about player contracts, players who deserve new contracts, players who don't, and I'm just going to go over it very quickly for you. So obviously I've got a list here of the players that whose contracts expire in the summer. So like I said, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the players. Do they deserve new contracts? Should we let players go? Because don't forget, this is a rebuild happening with Ten Hag, so maybe you might have to sign some of these players who don't deserve a new contract to keep him on while the rebuild's happening, because obviously he won't be able to get 7 or 8 players in one summer. So obviously he's got to build over gradually, and can certain players stay long enough to do a shift for Ten Hag? So like I said, we'll get into this video now. So I'll start off with from the bottom actually, and work my way up to more important players. So you've got Axel Tuanzebe, 24 years old. I mean, he's injured right now. He hasn't played for... When was the last time Axel Tuanzebe played for United now? It's got to be... The last time I remember was the PSG game, which was about nearly... Was it 2 seasons ago now? Or it'll be 2 seasons ago this season or something. That's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I'd let Axel Tuanzebe go now. He's 24. He's no longer really a youth player, so he can't really develop. He needs to either get sold for a few million just so United can cash out, or he should just obviously move on and find a different career. Obviously, he's had some disappointing loan spells with the likes of Aston Villa and Napoli last season. So it is unfortunate for Axel Tuanzebe. He had a lot of prospect, and obviously we've seen him play a few good times for Man United over the years. And obviously he's made it through as a youth player, but obviously he's just one of them players who hasn't worked out. Phil Jones, another player I wouldn't give a new contract to. I mean, can you really cash out on Phil Jones? Probably not. Just let his contract run down. Don't offer him a new contract. He's been here for God knows how long. He could have been a really good player, I think, for Man United, but he was just unlucky with injuries, and it's disappointing because he was very hyped when he came to Man United all them years ago. And like I said, it's just unfortunate that he was showered with injuries. He's become more of a meme now, and yeah, it's unfortunate for Phil Jones. But yeah, Phil Jones is another player I would not give a contract to. The next player, though, is a player I would give a contract to, and that is Garnacho. Now, Garnacho, obviously, we've heard the rumours that Liverpool are trying to hijack the deal with Manchester United, and I would personally offer Garnacho a new contract because he's 18 years old. He has a lot of he's a very good prospect. He has a lot of potential, and he's very exciting, and he's more the household name of youth player right now. So when you think of a youth player and you ask Twitter or someone like that, 9 times out of 10 people will say Garnacho is their favourite youth player. And Garnacho's quite popular in the United fan base. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's 18 years old. Personally, I would put him on a loan spell in January. Just try and get him out there to get some first team experience, whether that's in the Championship, whether it's in League One, whether it's abroad, who knows? I think maybe he'd do well like Palestri, where he goes on Spain, but obviously Palestri's another player who has been on loan and just hasn't really succeeded at United so far. So it's a difficult one with Garnacho, but I would give him a new contract. Fred. You know my thoughts on Fred. Honestly, it's disappointing. He's not helping himself out really. He is playing abysmal. He played terrible against Ammonia. He played even worse against Newcastle. So personally, I'd just say don't give Fred a new contract. No matter how desperate the midfield is, you just don't give Fred a new contract. If you do, if Ten Hag does give Fred a new contract, it's got to be 1 year max, I'd say, or maybe 2 years max, just while this rebuild's going on. But what does Fred actually bring to us? Like, I mean, before the season started, I personally rated Fred over McTominay, but I've seen McTominay actually develop and improve under Ten Hag, and I've seen Fred get worse. So for me, Fred, just don't give him a new contract. His time's up at Manchester United. 50 million down the drain. That's Anthony Martial's song, but we can definitely talk about that about Fred. I don't know how he's made a career at Manchester United, to be honest. He's not really done much for us whatsoever. I know he won. Was it in Ukraine? What was the league he was at where we bought him from? Was it the Turkish league? I'm not too sure. Oh, was it the Chinese? No, I think it was the Chinese league. Yeah, Yeah, we bought him from the Chinese league, I'm pretty sure, and we bought him for like 50 million, and it was an absolute. I just wish we never did, to be honest. I think it was because Manchester City were in for him and going to pay like 30 million, and then United jumped on and paid 50 or something like that. It was stupid. So yeah, yeah, that's it. So yeah, I would not offer Fred a new contract. Tom Heaton. Now, Tom Heaton one's a difficult one because we brought him in last season, right, on a free transfer, and he's hardly played for Man United, right? And then this season we've brought in Dubravka on loan, but we've kept Heaton on his contract. So I just don't understand what's actually up with Tom Heaton, to be honest, because I thought he was a good enough backup goalkeeper, but obviously Ten Hag thought not. And for me, Tom Heaton, I do feel sorry for him in a way because, well, no, I don't have to feel sorry for him. He's been paid thousands and thousands of pounds a week. He's living a dream. But obviously, will he retire at the end of the season, or will he go to a Championship club or a lower Premier League club? We don't know. But personally, I would not offer Tom Heaton a new contract because I just think that he is 36, 37. So I feel like his time is up at Manchester United. And yeah, I just wouldn't offer him a new contract. Now we're getting to more of the first team players. So we'll start off with Diego Dalot. Now, Diego Dalot, he needs competition. He needs another right back to be pushing him and be able to have rotation with. And personally, I think that we need to buy a right back in January for Dalot to actually have some rest, because don't forget he'll be going to the World Cup with Portugal, and no doubt he'll be a starter for them. So personally, I feel like we've got to get a new right back for Dalot, but also with Dalot, I would 100% give him a new contract because he's improved so much this season. I never thought he'd be our first team right back 2 seasons ago. I always rated Wan-Bissaka over him when he was going out on loan to the likes of AC Milan and stuff. He was doing okay, but he wasn't really standing out in that case. But yeah, I think Diego Dalot has got a lot of potential. He's 23. And yeah, I feel like if you don't offer Dalot a new contract, quite a few teams in Europe will actually come in for him. So I can't say which teams yet because obviously there's no reports on it, but I can guarantee that Dalot's a player where if you don't renew his contract, he will 100% be snatched up by a club. So yeah, that's just my thought. So yes, I would 100% offer Diego Dalot a new contract. Luke Shaw. Now, Luke Shaw's a difficult one because for me, I don't think he's good enough for Manchester United anymore. I feel like his pace with his injuries and stuff has just really declined, and he has really struggled in form recently. Obviously, he's currently Manchester United's first team left back, but that's due to Malacia having a few shaky games. I'd give Luke Shaw a new contract just for the time being while this rebuild's going on. That's why I said at the start of the video, even if these players aren't the best, you can still offer them a new contract while the rebuild's going on because they can still offer something to this club. So that's the likes of Luke Shaw, I think, where he can 100% do a shift for another 2 or 3 seasons and then get off. But we can't be offering players massive contracts because look what's happened to the likes of Fred, Harry Maguire. I could go on. So yeah, I would give Shaw a new contract, but I'd only put it a short-term one. I'd only give him around 2 or 3 seasons because I think Shaw is 27 now. So he'd be 30 by the end of that contract. And if he wants to stay at the club, he can stay at the club then, but that's 3 years from now, so we're not going to go into that. Marcus Rashford. It's one of them because he's going to be on he's going to want to have so much money. Rashford's 24 now. Rashford's a difficult one because he's United's golden boy. He obviously does all his charity work and stuff, but that doesn't despise the point with his contract at Manchester United. But would I offer Rashford a new contract? You've got to, haven't you? I think Rashford's one of them players who has to work for this contract. I feel like the likes of Dalot's already earned that new contract. I think Shaw is another guarantee, but I think Rashford, Rashford's also a guarantee now thinking about it. No doubt Rashford will get a new contract soon as well. So yeah, Rashford, do I think he deserves a new contract? No, because of the money he'll be wanting, because I think Rashford's on about 180 grand a week. He'll 100% want to be on at least we'll say about 220 to 230 grand a week, which is ridiculous, and he shouldn't be on that wage whatsoever. I don't think he's good enough for that wage. I mean, to be fair, no player is good enough to be on that wage. It's ridiculous, but it's just financial reasons and merchandise, and you know the high paid players of football. But yeah, Marcus Rashford, I would offer a new contract to him. Do I want to? Not really. But do I think he'll improve under Ten Hag? 100%. So yes, I would give Marcus Rashford a chance at Manchester United and give him a new contract. David De Gea. There was reports this morning that David De Gea is one of the first players to be getting a new deal from Ten Hag. So obviously, Ten Hag obviously sees the value of David De Gea and respects the value of David De Gea. So that's good to see, because I personally didn't want David De Gea to go. I think that you can offer David De Gea David De Gea's 31 right now. I think he's 32 in November 9th. Don't correct me on that. I know it's early November, his birthday. So, you know, goalkeepers normally retire quite late age anyway, around 36 to the 38 mark. So I feel like David De Gea, he's been a great servant for the club. I would personally just give him a new contract. He's done very well. He's improving under Ten Hag with his distribution and his sweeper keeping role. But again, he's one of the best shot stoppers in the league. And I feel like David De Gea can do a job, and there's more important positions for Manchester United to be focusing on than getting a new goalkeeper right now. You can get a new goalkeeper next season if you want and develop him. That's fine. You can do that more than as you please. But I just think right now, David De Gea is a great goalkeeper. And he could actually, if we got in a young goalkeeper, we could teach that young goalkeeper a lot, I think. So yeah, I would offer David De Gea a new contract, 100%. The last player is Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, does Ronaldo deserve a contract? It's one of them, because Ronaldo, when Ronaldo's contract will be expiring, which is obviously in the summer, he will obviously be 38. Will anyone take him on? Probably. And will he be a free agent? Probably. I don't think you should offer Ronaldo a new contract, but I also wouldn't sell him in January. I thought about it and my opinions changed. I did say I'd sell him in January after the World Cup, and get some money for him, because I think Ronaldo will have a good World Cup because it's his last one, and I feel like he'll be so motivated to try and win this World Cup. So I feel like Ronaldo you do keep for the rest of the season, but I would bring in another forward, because the lack of depth United have at the moment up front is shocking. Now, obviously, you've got an injury-prone Martial, ageing Ronaldo, Rashford who's out of form, Sancho who's out of form, and Antony who's getting used to the league. You've got a not ready Alanga, and you've got an even more not ready Garnacho. You need a quality young winger, really. You want a winger between 23 and 24, knows what he's doing, powerful, can adapt to any situation, hopefully knows how to press. That's the type of winger you want. And personally, to me, it does scream out Cody Gakpo. 100% get Cody Gakpo. And obviously, yeah, I'd get Cody Gakpo all the way. I think he'll be great to bring in January, and he might have a good World Cup as well with the Netherlands. But yeah, that was today's video on the contracts. Let me know your thoughts on players' contracts. Let me know if I've missed anyone out. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but let me know if I have missed anyone out. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. I really appreciate you watching today's video. And yeah, thank you for watching today's video. And obviously there'll be a match reaction later on to Manchester United versus Spurs. Obviously it'll be a late one, because obviously we're 8:15 kickoff. And I'm on All for United tonight, so if you want to watch me live on All for United, you're more than welcome to. So probably the match reaction will be coming out tomorrow maybe. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.